I was lying in a hospital bed, barely able to breathe, and the woman holding my son's hand wasn't just my caregiver anymore. She was my husband's new life. And the man I gave everything for? The man I almost died for? He was standing beside her, looking at me, like I was already gone. If you've ever trusted someone with your whole heart, only to feel it slowly break, then this story is for you. Hit like, subscribe, and get ready for one of the most emotional and shocking stories you'll hear today. My name is Eliza. I'm 26. And 3 years ago, I thought I had the perfect life. I worked as a project manager in an IT company. Confident, independent, focused. But everything changed the moment I met him. Bruce. He was 32, tall, calm, intelligent. The kind of man who didn't need to raise his voice to command a room. Everyone respected him. And me. I admired him. More than I should have. Sometimes, when no one was around, he'd look at me and say softly, "Hey, baby, can you handle this report?" It wasn't inappropriate. Not exactly. But it made my heart race every time. One night, we were working late. Just the two of us in the office. Outside, only the security guard and his driver. We were preparing a high-stakes presentation. Millions of dollars were on the line. I remember my eyes burning from the screen, my hands shaking slightly from exhaustion. And then he said, "Eliza, can you make coffee?" I smiled. "With sugar?" He looked at me, leaned back slightly, and said, "No need for sugar. Just take a sip first. It'll be sweet enough." He smiled. And I swear, in that moment, something shifted inside me. The next day, he nailed the presentation. The company secured a multi-million-dollar deal. Everyone celebrated. And Bruce announced, "Party at my house this Saturday." I was excited, but I had no idea my life was about to change forever. 2 days before the party, I got a call. Unknown number. I ignored it. Then it rang again. I picked up. A calm, mature voice said, "I am Bruce's mother. Please come to my house. The driver is waiting." My heart skipped. Why me? But I went. She welcomed me warmly. Tea, snacks, soft smiles. Then suddenly, she asked, "Will you marry my son?" My hands froze. The cup trembled. I thought I heard wrong. But she repeated it. And my eyes filled with tears. "Yes, I will. But then, there is one condition," she said. "You must leave your job after marriage." And without thinking, without questioning, I agreed. Saturday night. The party. Lights. Music. Laughter. Then suddenly, her voice filled the room. "I have a special announcement." My name. Everyone turned. I walked in, heart pounding. Bruce took my hand, got down on one knee. "Eliza, will you marry me?" Yes. Applause exploded. Flowers rained down. And for a moment, I believed I was the luckiest woman alive. The next day, in the office, he walked into my cabin. Calm. Professional. "Eliza, you're fired." I blinked. Then he smiled slightly. "But, congratulations." I laughed. Because I thought, this was love. We got married. Went to Bali. Had a beautiful baby boy. 3 years passed. And life felt perfect. Until one day, pain. Sharp. Deep. Unbearable. Hospital. Tests. Silence. Then the doctor said, "Liver cirrhosis. She needs a transplant." My world collapsed. I looked at Bruce, waiting for strength. but something in his eyes felt distant. For 1 year, I suffered, weak, fragile, watching my son grow from a distance. And the only person who stayed by my side? Zara, our caregiver. 25 years old. Kind. Gentle. Every time I cried, she cried. Every time I was in pain, she held my hand. She felt like family. Then one day, she said, "I will donate my liver." I was shocked. Bruce was happy. My mother-in-law, relieved. And me, grateful beyond words. The operation was successful. Slowly, I began to recover. But something had changed. Not in my body. In my home. Zara was no longer just a caregiver. She stayed longer. Spoke softer. With Bruce. Laughed. A little too comfortably. I started noticing things. Late night conversations. Shared glances. Silence. When I entered the room. One evening, I overheard them. Bruce's voice. Low. Serious. "We'll take care of her. But not forever." My heart stopped. Zara whispered. "And after?" He replied. "We'll move on. Move on. From me." The woman who gave up her career, her health, her life. For him. That night. I didn't cry. I didn't scream. I smiled. Because I finally understood. I wasn't loved. I was replaced. I started documenting everything. Conversations. Messages. Financial transfers. Because yes, Bruce had gifted Zara an apartment. But legally, it wasn't clean. When I fully recovered, I filed for divorce. But not quietly. I exposed everything. In court. In front of family. In front of business partners. The affair. The manipulation. The financial fraud. Bruce sat there. Frozen. His perfect image. Shattered. Zara. Crying. Shaking. The judge ruled in my favor. I got custody. A major share of assets. And his reputation? Destroyed. The same people who admired him now avoided him. And me. I walked out. Not as a victim, but as someone who survived and took back control. Sometimes, life doesn't break you to destroy you. It breaks you to show you the truth. And the truth is the most powerful revenge of all. If this story hit you hard, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell me in the comments, what would you have done in my place? And remember, the best revenge is never losing yourself.